Hello everybody on YouTube land, my name is Jamie Powell. On behalf of Geek Legion of Doom, I'm here to do a movie review of the film The Last Laugh, starring a fantastic cast including Steve Van Der Zee. And I hope I pronounced that correctly anyway. And what's the story then? Well, the film is about this upcoming comedian, and he's got a massive gig coming up at this old theatre. And there's going to be somebody from the bigwigs, if you will, from high up in the chain of comedy who's going to go and see his act. And so basically the film follows his build up to the actual performance, to his gig, if you will. And whilst all that's going on, somewhere deep in the shadows, hiding in the theatre, a very nice theatre may I add, is a man in a mask, or woman, we don't know, a person in a mask with a knife killing people one by one. And it's a sort of like a slasher mystery drama. So, is the film any good? Well, I actually really did enjoy this film. It does have its flaws. It is a little generic, but if you take all that aside and some of the acting isn't quite as strong as others, but overall the cast do a good job. It's very slow paced, but it's not boring. That's the difference, you see. There's a difference between slow paced and boring. It's a bit of like a slow build, but I actually did enjoy this movie. It's a modern stage fright with old school thrills, chills and bloody spills. And I did enjoy it. It's got something about it that I enjoyed. I like the lead central character. His character, played by Steve Van Der Zee, he is going through some troubles of his own from his past. He's taking medication. He is drinking. He is a bit low, a bit down. He has no control of his emotions. He's not quite there. He's a bit dubious about himself and his past is creeping up with him. And his agent is really desperate for him to make it big, especially at this one gig he has to perform. Because, like I said, there's a critic coming from the bigwigs, and so they've come down to come and see him. So there's a lot of pressure, and it's all pretty much centered around him and his interactions. I mean, the most of the film sort of stays in the middle of the plot. You have your beginning, then it has the middle, and it suddenly ends. It's mainly in the middle this film is set in, where he's getting to meet all the people behind the scenes and talking to the fellow comedians and the stage help. You know, all the people that work in the theatre are there, and he sort of spends most of his time speaking to them, and then of course the person in the mask is starting to kill people, and he kind of sees something, and he thinks, is it real? Is it his medication? Is it his mind? Is this whole thing fake? Is it real? If so, and he's put under pressure, because should he tell somebody and risk his chance of fame with the person coming to see him, as it's a one-off thing, or should he try and hide from that and shy away from it, just so he can get his one chance to get him up to where he should be? And it's a very interesting portrayal by the lead actor. I think he does a very good job. He's very likable. You can sympathise with some of the things that he's gone through, and I don't know, I thought this was quite a good film. It's not, if you're a slasher fan, then this might not be for you, because the slasher element is quite small comparison to the character building. But the slasher kills are quite brutal, and at times this is quite edge on seat stuff. It's entertaining. It's not perhaps the best of its field, but the editing, the production, the acting overall is pretty good, and I actually quite like this movie. It's not perfect. It does have some flaws. It's perhaps a little... I don't want to go into too much, because obviously spoilers, etc. But I found that the ending could have been more. There could have been more to this. I could have seen a director's cut of this, where it's like 2 hours, just to stretch it out, put a few more scary bits in there, and extend the ending a little bit. I felt like the ending was short, but I think overall, despite its flaws, it's an entertaining thriller, and a dramatic thriller, and I really did enjoy it. And if I was to mark this film out of 10, It's very difficult to judge because I might have to watch it again. But but I think out of 10, I would go 7. It's quite high, but I think it's a 7. I think it's a solid film. A central character you can relate to, reminiscent of Stage Fright with a modern twist. This could be a slasher classic of the future, and it might not be. Really entertaining, well-made, polished, chiller thriller that is definitely worth your time. Check it out when it comes out. So on behalf of Geek Legion of Doom, thank you for letting me review this film. I do have a YouTube channel as well, Jamie Powell. Check me out. I do all sorts of things, film reviews and shopping vlogs with the wife, etc. Anyway, thanks for watching this review, and make sure you subscribe to Geek Legion of Doom. All the info's down there, so please like, share and subscribe. I shall see you again soon, and all the best from me. Take care, stay safe.